All right, here we are. Thank you for joining me again on this Sunday. I thought today, as I was getting out of bed and putting my feet to the floor, we're getting into that time of year where the feet are cold in the morning. And so, and we throw on our woolly socks and we cover them up and then kind of forget about them for the rest of the day. And we're doing ourselves a disservice. So we're going to focus a little bit on the feet today. I've got my woolly socks on, maybe you do too. Go ahead and keep them on for the first part, but then we're going to take one sock off at a time and kind of work with the feet a little bit. So before we disrobe them, go ahead, sitting in whatever comfortable position. You can even be in a chair if you want to, but taking the feet, pulling those feet back, flexing them, and then rolling through and pointing. And we'll do that a few times just to try to get all those crunchies worked out. Flexing and pointing and flexing and pointing. Maybe drawing some circles with the feet, circling around a few times one way, and then reversing direction, circling the other direction. That's it. Good. And maybe a little kitty cat paw alternating, rolling through again, pressing through the ball of the foot and waking up those feet. All right. So then you're going to take one foot. I'm going to sit into a little comfortable position here, but again, you could be sitting in a chair. Take off one of your socks. Oh, it's like a block of ice. And you're just going to start by taking your hands and giving yourself a little massage, whatever feels good. There's no right or wrong here. Just to kind of bring some awareness and some circulation, waking up that foot. Especially good is back toward the heel, kind of pinching. And let's see if I can find an angle where you can see pinching the sides of the heel and waking that up. And then going across the long arch of the foot, I'm just taking my thumbs and kind of rolling up the arch of the foot and into the ball of the foot, the pad underneath those toes. Good. And then you're going to take your hand, it seems bizarre, but you're going to hold hands with your foot. So trying to get your fingers in between each toe to spread out the webbing of the feet there. Okay, great. Really go ahead and clasp. And then working through a little point and flex there. Maybe feeling some stretch through some of those toes that have been frozen. And we'll roll it there. Good. And then you're just going to let go of your foot and take your hands and just lightly clap around your foot, waking it up, getting that circulation going. Good. And then hopefully it feels less solid block of ice. You can put your sock back on, and we'll try that with the other foot. So taking that other foot, woo, seeing how it is just, again, cold and solid in your sock, taking it out and starting to wake it up, massaging all around, taking that heel, kind of pinching and pulling toward the base of the heel there. But whatever feels good, whatever your foot needs, just to be aware and take some time. And then again, using your thumbs maybe and rolling up the arch of the foot. And then into the pad of the foot, the ball of the foot there, that's it. Nice. And then again, holding hands with your foot. I have to pull my toes apart to get my fingers in there, lacing them in. And already I feel a big stretch in the foot. Once you're holding hands, slowly work the toes back and forth. Good. Moving it around, waking it up. And then again, carefully releasing that, and then just clapping up and down the foot. Get those proprioceptors turned on. Ah, much better. And then go ahead, you can get all cozy again. But hopefully now that we've done that, you have a little bit more awareness into what the feet are feeling like. We're going to bring that into our work today as well. So go ahead, let's start on our backs. And taking that moment to find that easy resting position with the pelvis there. Let the pelvis rest. And then placing the feet on the floor nice and solid in that parallel position. Take a little moment to feel what you are aware of with the feet connecting to the floor. What parts of the feet do you feel more? Do you feel your heel into the floor? Do you feel a little gap or a space underneath your arch, perhaps? Can you feel all 10 toes spread out wide and placed on the floor? Just let your knees shift, keeping the feet placed here. Let your knees shift and falling over to the left, feeling how you roll off of the feet onto the outer sides. And then bringing them back to center with the knees. Try the other way and feel how your feet shift on the floor. And maybe feeling some of that good stretch through the waistline. Let's do that again each time, each way. Tipping over to the side, feeling that stretch through the waistline and through the lower back. Abdominals bring you back to center. And other way. Just a gentle twist to get us going. And then bringing it back. Now again, feeling those solid feet on the floor. We're going to peel the heels up and press and lift. So we're activating the calf muscles and lifting those heels, but feeling all 10 toes nice and wide and spread out on the floor. Lower your heels back down and then flex the feet and pick those toes up. So now we're maybe feeling some stretch through the calf and some action in the front of the ankles there through the calf shins. Lower those toes down. Do that again. Just a little rock back and forth, lifting the heels. Maybe waking up your hamstrings a bit too. Lower the heels down and pick the toes up, flexing the feet. Good. And then placing them down. Now we're going to do that, but in an alternating pattern. So kind of like a tread in place. So we're lifting one heel and then flexing, lifting the other heel and alternating. So one toe or the foot, one set of toes is lifted and your other side, the heel is lifted. Then you change. And so we're just pedaling through, working that coordination, waking up the lower leg a few times like that. Good. Nice. And then placing both feet down solidly on the floor. Start that scoop into your abdominals, imprinting the low spine. So curling in, scooping and hollowing. Now pressing weight into the feet as you lift the pelvis. And maybe it's just a small little bridge to start you off today. Feeling those feet connected to the floor. Maybe you can lift a little higher into that bridge. Feeling reach and open through the fronts of the hips. We'll take a breath in and then slowly roll yourself back down. Again, keeping that sense of awareness through the feet as well as you roll back down. Let's try that again. Inhale and exhale. Scoop and hollow. Wide, strong feet. They're our foundation. And they're amazing structures. They're not just flat little flippers, but they're domed and spiraled connections of bones and connective tissues. Roll down through your spine again. Melting, melting, melting. And then one more time, we'll add our little bonus at the top here. Scoop and peel up. And now, if you're feeling ambitious, try adding that flex and point with the feet. So pulling the toes up and placing the toes down. Lifting the heels up and lowering those heels down. Again, peel the toes, flex, lower them down. Lift up the heels and lower back down. One more time, flex, keeping your abdominal seatbelt strong. Lower and heels lift. And lower, inhale, exhale, contract, roll your spine back down. Whew, and let's scoop those knees into the chest. We'll stretch out those hamstrings after all of that. Good. So extending one leg long on the mat, keeping the other leg hugged in, feeling that crease in the hip. We'll take a little twist. So I have my opposite hand on the outside of that knee, spiraling over. Let that knee go across your body. Turn your head opposite from your knee. Think about opening through the shoulders as well. Breathe into those places you're feeling. Stretch out through the low back, through the outer hip, through the chest. Good. Pull yourself back to the center. And then let's open the thigh open here. So just taking that knee and opening the femur bone out to the side, keeping the opposite side of your pelvis anchored on the mat. Good. Bring it back to center. Now we'll wake up those hamstrings, extending the leg and feeling some stretch through the hamstrings here that connect. Bending the knee, flexing that foot, folding it into rest. And then exhale, reaching through that heel, deepening into that calf stretch with the foot flex. We'll feel those muscles there again. Point through the foot, maybe get a little deeper into your hamstring stretch. We'll do that one more time. Whole thing. Bending the knee, resting the hamstrings, folding it in. On your exhale, send the heel back up, waking things up. And again, point through the foot, maybe getting a little bit more stretch there. That's it. Good. Let's soften the thigh a little bit. Relax. You can even bend the knee a tiny bit. Hands can be beside you for our hip circles. Starting small, inhale, go across your midline. Exhale, circle, swing down, round, and up. Really trying to isolate this movement just to that leg in the hip socket. Inhale across and exhale. Keep your abdominals strong. Last time, inhale and exhale. Let's reverse. Inhale, open, just testing that range, maybe getting a little bit bigger and bigger each time. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale, feeling that stretch. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lengthen that leg long all the way down to the floor. We'll do the whole thing on the other side. Folding the other knee up and in. Nice fold in the hip socket there. And then we did our twist to start. So we take our outside hand, opposite hand to the outside of that knee and gently bring it across the body. And again, spiraling the spine, turn your head away from your knee. Breathe, deep breaths. And on your next exhale, scoop those abdominals, bring yourself back to the center. Let's just guide that thigh open now to feel that inner thigh open up a little bit. Opposite side of the pelvis staying parked right where it is on the floor. Then gather back to your parallel position. Let's extend that leg long, waking up the hamstrings. So again, taking a hold of the leg wherever you can grab. Send those exhales down the back of the thigh. And bend the knee, flex the foot, hold it in, rest, relax. And exhale, lengthen through the heel. Woo, good morning to that calf. And then you can point the foot, maybe getting a little deeper into the stretch. And once again, bending the knee, flexing the foot, folding everything in, organizing those joints. And exhale, reaching back up. Good. And then pointing through the foot, getting a little more length through those hamstrings. Good. And then we'll soften the knee just a little bit, just so the quads aren't gripping and doing everything for you. You can rest your hands beside you for our circles. Inhale, leg goes across the body and circle stir. Around. Inhale and exhale. Try to keep the collarbones wide, the neck soft. Inhale and exhale, circle. And again, inhale and exhale, circle. Let's reverse for 4. Opening and circle stir. And 2, pelvis staying placed. Good work. 3. And again, 4. Good. Lengthen that leg and send it all the way back down. Now again, while your feet are there, take your little alternating kitty cat paw feet. Roll through those ankles, roll through those toes, getting that circulation going. Good. All right. Scoop those legs up and in again. We're going to go into a series here where sometimes we'll do this with a TheraBand. So if you have a stretchy band and in your spare time you want to try this again, you could put this TheraBand around the soles of your feet so that it doesn't slide off. You could add resistance to this work. But we're just going to imagine here. So feeling that support through your middle. I've got my legs kind of in a little bent tabletop position here. I'm flexing my feet. So you could have the band, again, along the edges of the feet or the soles of the feet. Pressing through the heels and reaching out. But as I do that, trying not to release into my arch. So keeping that support strong. And then folding back in. Easier would be going more vertical up to the ceiling and then bending in. The lower you take those heels, the harder it is to keep that awareness, to keep that connection through your core. Exhale, press to the heels and reach. My legs are parallel, my knees are together. And folding in. And exhale, press. So this is similar to what we would do on the reformer with our feet on the foot bar. Reaching out and folding in and pressing out and coming back in. Now, rotate open. So I've got my feet in my little V. My knees are open. My heels are together, making our little frog position. And again, pressing out. Reach, inner thighs meet as you straighten the legs, and then folding back in. Our pliés in the sky. Reaching out and then folding in, or we call it frog. Exhale, press. And coming back in and reaching out. Now we're going to go 4 more times. You could either stay like this or try hands beside you, curling up, finding that chest fold position. So zipping up through those abdominals. And 4 more times. Exhale, reaching out. And then coming back in. That's it. And exhale, reaching out. And folding in. And exhale, inner thighs reach. The lower you go, the harder it is. And fold last time. Exhale, reach. And coming back in. Bring those knees back together. Relax your head. Maybe let it turn side to side a little bit. Very, very good. All right. So now we're going to go into our roll up from here. So again, you can place the feet solid on the floor, or again, challenge yourself with legs long. We'll go into our upper body connection. So reaching the arms up overhead as far as you can without letting the ribs splay open. We go into roll up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest, finding that chest fold, rolling up, and then finding that boomerang shape, hovering up and over, wide across the back. Let that head just release chin to chest, stretching the back of the neck as well. Exhale, contract, rolling down smoothly, right down that center line, shoulders softening as you roll back down. And again, arms unfurl. Let's try this a few more. Inhale and exhale. Checking in with that spine and that core connection. Find that stretch. Abs are hollowing, folding, reaching behind you. And contracting, melting back down. Softening the throat. Unfurling. 2 more times. Inhale the arms. And exhale. See if you can go even slower with more control. There's always a way to work harder. Reach, stretch. And again, sending it back, melting shoulders. Right down that center line as best you can. And again, 1 more time. Inhale the arms. And exhale, nod and scoop. Good. And I always like on my last one, open those sitting bones apart, just waddle side to side. And then take that forward fold over the legs. Breathe into those places that are warming up and waking up. And this is another good place. Speaking of feet, I like to give myself a foot massage at the same time. So if you can reach those feet, give them a little rub there. Keep the circulation going. Good. All right, and then rolling all the way up to vertical. We're going to move into our spine stretch forward work here, and then intersperse some more abdominal work a little bit later. So feet are flexed. I'm about the width of my mat, or a little wider than shoulders. Again, our arms reach forward, feeling that lift, the waistline, not just collapse down. So keeping those rib cage lifting up off the pelvis, feeling that length through your spine. So good for your internal organs. We inhale tall, and then exhale, let the air out from your low back, from that sacrum, and curve forward. So the abs are scooping in. You're nodding head to tail, curving forward. And then inhale, find that same sense of length through the torso as you stack the vertebra and feel that openness between the ribs and the pelvis. Again, inhale, exhale, contract. So now we condense, giving those organs a little squish. And then rolling back up, rolling and stacking and feeling that posture again, lengthened. One more time, exhale, contract. Good. Folding forward, wide through the upper back. Inhale, rolling back up. Good. Just place your fingertips on your shoulders here. And we're going to practice that rotation. Try not to move the legs, not to move the pelvis. Everything from the waist down stays put. And we're just going to spiral. So if you feel that twist, sometimes it's helpful having the fingers on the shoulders there, feeling that rotation. And so you can go a little deeper without moving your feet. And then bring it back to center, unwind. Other side, spiraling, corkscrewing that spine. And so you can go a little bit deeper, keep breathing. And again, the challenge is keep the pelvis steady, keep those sit bones placed, return. Let's try it again each side. Rotating and opening, use your eyes now, your whole spine, your head involved. Twist, 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 come back to center. And other side, spiral, rotate, wringing it out. Again, massaging our innards as we work and breathe. Come back to center. Good. Just release those arms. Bring those legs into a more comfortable butterfly position, soles of the feet together. And we're going to nod forward and curve forward. So I'm rounding my spine again, diving toward my heels with my head, rolling back up. I'm going to place my hands on my shins, maybe press against them a little bit and lift my heart and open the chest. So you're getting a little bit of that upper back extension, wide shoulders rolling back. Come back up to vertical, do that again. Curving and folding, rounding over those legs, stretching out the hips and the low back. And then scoop up those abdominals, stack the spine again. Give a little pressure to those thighs, the shins or knees, and lift and open the chest. Keep the back of the neck long as much as you can. Try not to collapse the throat in the back. One more time, curving, hollowing those abdominals up and in as you fold over the legs. And then rolling it back up. And then moving into that spinal extension, just painting the ceiling with your eyeballs, looking up the wall, looking up to the sky. And coming back to center. Good. Bring those knees back together again. And let's take our spot again on our back. See if you can contract and go slowly, slowly, slowly back down. And then bring those knees into your chest again. Maybe having a little bit of awareness now what your back feels like connected to the floor after it's done a little wave dance there. So we're going to go into our coordination exercise, get our minds and bodies connected. We're going to go into our chest fold. Exhale, folding underneath the sternum, curling up. As we do that, we coordinate arms and legs extending. And it's okay if the knees are slightly bent here, but we're really trying to work that fold. Abs are zipped up and in. Hands hovering off the floor. We open the legs peekaboo across the room and exhale, close. And here's where we feel that seatbelt of strength as one leg opens without moving the other leg, without teetering over. Exhale, close it. Really deep work through those abdominals. Other side, opening one leg. And exhale, gather, close it. Bend your knees, relax your head back down to the floor. All right, so we'll try to do that in a coordinated manner. Big inhale. Exhale, chest hold, reach, arms and legs extend. Inhale, peekaboo, open, and exhale, close. One leg opens, keeping that other leg steady. I watch that leg, the steady leg, and close, other side. Keep one leg steady, the other leg opens. You're still curled up. Gather, return, bend the knees, and rest the head. If this is too much on your neck and shoulders, you could always do this also with your hands behind the head. I'll demonstrate that way once. Big inhale, exhale, chest fold, curl up, reach. Both legs open, peekaboo, and close. One leg opens, keeping yourself balanced. Don't fall over. And close. Other side. Open and close. Bend your knees. Rest yourself back down. One more time. And curl, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And one by one, keeping that pelvis horizontal, flat across the middle. Other side. Your cummerbund of strength is working. Good. And bend and relax. Very, very good. All right. Place those feet back down on the floor in your parallel position here. Let's take those hands back behind the head again. So we get a little bit more work through those obliques, those muscles that crisscross from the ribs down to the pelvis, your internal and external obliques. We're going to inhale, prepare. Exhale, fold and curl up. Now, I'm going to keep my left foot on the floor. I'm going to bring my left knee in, and then I'm going to rotate toward it. So opening those elbows really wide and curving up and over, twisting. And then let's replace it. Keep yourself curled up. Other side, right foot's down, left foot comes up, knee to chest, curve, rotate, twist. Right elbow toward left knee. And then replace it. Let's do that again. Right leg folds in. Keep that left leg where it is. Rotate around. Feeling those crisscrossing diagonals through the waistline. Return. Last time. And left leg up. And exhale. Spiral rotate. Twist. Wring it out. Good. And replace it. Release your head back down. I hope you felt that through your middle here. Very, very good. Hug those knees into your chest. We're going to move into our rolling sequence. So if you can, notch into chest, roll yourself up. Find your rolling position. Make sure you have plenty of runway behind you. And then finding your compact position here, shoulders away from the ears, curling through, round things roll, remember, so keep that spine round. Inhale, pull those abs so deep that that's what tips you off balance. Exhale, come back up to that precarious balance position. Your abdominals are your brakes. Again, inhale, rocking back. And exhale, rolling up, finding that balance. A few more times. Inhale, rock. And exhale, up. And again, rocking back. And exhale, up. Take another little commercial break here. Open into your butterfly and fold forward. And since today's theme is our feet, we're going to go into one of my favorite comedic exercises of the Pilates repertoire, the seal. I'm going to turn and face you so you can see the proper grip of the legs. So I'm kind of in that little butterfly position with my feet lifted. I'm taking my hands in between my legs and wrapping around. So I'm holding onto my heels, and then I'm going to pick my feet up. Okay, so you're kind of in this open position. My elbows are on the inside of my inner thighs, and I'm holding on, wrapping to my feet. Okay, so once you find that position, I'll find it here. It's called the seal because we're going to arf and clap our flippers together. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm tapping those feet in, 2, 3. I roll back like rolling like a ball. I tap, tap, tap upside down, and then I roll back up. I said there was comedy involved, right? So it's one of those exercises that we have to have a smile on our face as we do it. The reason why we do this tapping, it's not just for the comedic part, it's to really make sure that our hips are loose. So you're really being loose for those hips as you're able to go tap, tap, tap. Roll back, ab strong, tap, tap, tap. Roll up, find your balance. Okay, try it a few more times. Arf, 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 roll back. Arf, 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 roll up. At least you're giggling. One more time. Arf, 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 roll back. Arf, arf, arf. And as we all know, laughter is very good for our abdominals as well. Go ahead and release that. Excellent. Moving on into our extension work. Go onto your belly. And let's find our little pillow for our forehead. Placing one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead on your hands. Just wag your hips side to side. Feel loose through that low back. Feel long and open in the front of the hips. All right. So we're going to extend one leg long. Send your laser beam light. Reach and stretch that knee straight. And then see if you can float that long, straight leg up off the floor, engaging the backs of the legs. And then lower it back down. Other side. Extend, laser beam light, reach. And then floating up, keeping your hip bone headlights connected to the floor. Lower it back down. Again, other side, alternating. Reach and float and lift. Maybe feeling some hip flexor stretch. And then lower it back down. Other side, lift and reach. Waking up those muscles in the back of the thigh. And lower it down. Adding on to this now. We do that same extension and lift. Keep the thigh off the floor. Bend the knee and flex the foot. Pull that heel in towards your tush. And then reach it back out and point. And then lower it down. And it's hard because you can't see what you're doing behind yourself. Other side. Lift and float up. Keep that thigh lifted. Bend the knee and flex. Pull that heel to your tush. Stretching the quadriceps. Push back up to that heel. Extend the leg straight. Point. And lower back down. So again, some awareness into our feet as we move. Again, lift, extend, flex, and fold. Push to that heel, extend it straight again, point the foot, and lower it down. Other side, lift, abs are still zipped up. Bend and flex, fold it in, stretch those thighs. Press through the heel reach, point, and lower down. It's worth doing one more time each side. Abs strong, float, lift, and bend and flex, and push, reach out, point, and lower down. Other side, lift, strong legs, bend and flex. Feel that stretch. Press through the heel reach, and point, rest, relax. Again, wag your tail, relax your hips. And then let's pull our hands in closer to our shoulders. Let the legs now just release, relax, completely heavy and turned off, but your abdominals are still pulling up and in to support that low back. We're going to do our baby swan, reaching the eyes forward along the mat like you're a curious baby learning to crawl. Slide those shoulders down away from the ears. Abs are still lifting. Press into the hands. Open your chest. You have arrived. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lengthening as you descend longer and longer and longer until you're back where you started. Try that again. Reaching out to the top of the head, sliding the shoulders back. Feel like water's rolling down your back as you emerge from the pond. Most elegant swan. Press up. Nice and regal feeling here. Inhale, exhale, slowly lowering down, stretching out those abdominals. One more time, and again, lengthen. Pressing to the hands. Inhale at the height of your swan extension, and then slowly lowering your spine back down. Once again, great. Come up to hands and knees now. And again, if you need more padding underneath your knees, you can double up on your mat there. Find your beautiful tabletop position, nice and solid, quadruped, shoulders over hands, knees under your hips. Make sure you're not relaxing into that low belly, but pulling up and feeling that support like you have a big sash around your middle, hoisting you up from the ceiling. We did this a few days ago in another one of my classes. We're going to slide just one leg, keeping your coffee table balance. So imagine something fragile you're balancing on your back. Slide one leg, toes along the floor. So we're just coming into this position here, toes on the floor. And then becoming from a quadruped to a tripod, lift that leg just an inch or two. Trying not to tip or twist or go into a big arabesque. Keep those abdominals strong. Don't tip over your balancing item. Lower that foot to the floor and then bring that knee back underneath you. See if you can seamlessly as possible transition other side. Slide and glide the other foot long on the floor. Keeping your heart lifting, your abs lifting. Take that foot and just again, engaging the backs of the legs like we just practiced. Reach that leg just a bit. Doesn't have to go very high. Just going from 4 legs to 3 legs. And then again, bring it back in. Okay, let's do that again. So again, making sure you're not sinking in the middle. Lift and widen through your back. Abs are strong. Slide and glide. One leg long. And float it, lift it. Keeping completely steady through your spine. Bring it back down. And underneath yourself, back to quadruped. Other side, graceful transition. Glide and slide. Other leg, energy up at the top of the head, out through your tail. Float that leg just barely up. Keeping your weight evenly distributed through your hands. Bring that leg back down. And underneath you. Good. Now, if you need to cat back and stretch that out a little bit, please do so. We're going to go into a little variation on that theme to make it more exciting. You're so welcome. Here we go. So you're in your quadruped position. Same beginning. Lengthen that one leg behind yourself. And now float it up. From here, here's the change. We're going to knock off our balancing item and curve like a cat and pull that knee toward your nose. So now you're mad Halloween cat, pulling one knee into your face. And then find that same long position, back to that coffee table spine, leg floating, and then lower the foot and back to all fours. Yeah, it's a little added core work. Other side, glide and slide, keep yourself long and balanced. Barely float that leg up, keep your hands evenly weighted. Now then, change everything, curl your spine, scoop the belly deeply, pull that knee into your nose, relax your neck. Reach it back out to that long spine, find your balance, bring the foot down, and bring the leg underneath yourself. We'll try one more time each side. This is hard. Glide and slide, keep the balance, and float the leg barely off. And now curl, punch in your belly, curl knee to nose, round. Feel that scoop. Lengthen back out to that long spine, feeling energy out through your tail. Lower the foot, drag it back home. Other side, glide and slide, easy, even transition. Lift, keep the arms balanced. Curl into that little ball, nose to knee. Fold it in, really deep scoop here. Reach it back out, find that elongation. Lower the foot. Bring the knee under. Take that cat back stretch one more time and slowly hinge back. Sit back towards your heels into your child's pose. Take a load off. Let your head rest toward the floor. Feel that reach through your spine. Reach those fingertips forward. And we'll move into our side body stretch. So walking your hands over to the right, sliding your hips a little to the left. Peekaboo underneath that left arm. Feel that whole side body stretch. Deep breath here. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, enjoy that stretch. Good, let's walk to the other side. Hands coming back over to the left now. Hip slide over to the right. And again, looking underneath that right arm, opening that side body stretch. Focus on your breath here. Inhale fully. And exhale, melt into that stretch. One more deep breath. Good work. Come back to the center. And then rolling it right back up. Good job. Let's move into our side leg series here. So finding your side lying position. We just have a few on the menu today. All right, so I'm in my banana position. My legs angled toward that front angle here. Hips and shoulders right on their side. not spiral twisting, etc. Check in with this top shoulder that you're not all crunched up. I want to see your neckline here. You can have your front hand as your kickstand. You could also lie along. This is a little easier if you're a beginner. I'm going to prop myself so I can see you all. We're going to take that top leg and float it up. All right, we're going to do hot potato today. So again, a little tap, tap with the foot. We're going to come to the front of our bottom leg and tap and tap. Come up and over to the back of that bottom leg and tap behind, tap, tap. So your leg is just one long lever, happily bouncing back and forth. So we go tap and tap and tap, just gentle. And what this is doing, hopefully you're feeling, this is activating these abductor muscles, your outer hip muscles, as you're working, little contractions up and down, also testing your balance and control. Tap, tap, and tap, tap, and tap, tap. And now we make it more exciting. We go tap, tap, leg floats up, and tap, tap, leg floats up, staying in parallel, tap, tap, waking up these muscles here, and tap, tap, and lift. Again, tap, tap, and lift, and tap, tap, and lift, and relax. Good. Cross that thigh over, feel those muscles stretching now. We'll take our open the book. So as I said, just that one exercise today, which is enough. We'll take that stretch. Spiral open the chest. Good. And lengthen, gather, and close the book. Good. And we'll roll over to the other side. Fancy transition. Bring yourself back into that long banana position. Legs slightly angled toward the front corner of your mat. Again, check in with hips and shoulders. Find everything nicely stacked. Shoulders soft, pulling that down. Abs are with you as we move. So we're letting the bottom leg release. Take that top leg up. Just start with the little hot potato taps. We go tap, tap to the back, tap, tap to the front, tap, tap. Keep that leg long, so it's not just your foot doing this. That's cheating. The whole leg, that's it. And tap, tap, whole leg. Happy little bouncing leg. Back, back. Again, tap, tap, and tap, 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 tap. Here we go, adding more. We go tap, tap, reach up, and tap, tap, reach up. Keep going, tap, tap. Keep those abdominals strong. And tap, tap, reaching laser beam light through those legs. Tap, tap, and lift. And tap, tap, and lift. Two more. Tap, tap, and lift, and tap, tap, and lift. Good job. Lower that leg, cross it over. Feel that outer hip stretch. Stack your hands, let your head rest on the floor, and slide that top arm, open the book, spiral away from that knee. Feel that stretch across the chest, across the low back. Good. And then again, gather and return. Well done. We're going to come back up into our hands and knees position. And again, addressing those feet again. Taking one leg behind yourself, placing the ball of your foot on the floor. Press that knee straight and sink your heel closer to the floor. So I'm stretching through the Achilles tendon, through those calf muscles there, getting that length in the back of the leg. Breathe, kind of pressing away from my hands, reaching that heel even further, stretching it out, and let's return other side. Extend the other leg back, place the ball of the foot on the floor, and then press back. Reach that heel into the floor. Feeling that stretch. Good, and then again, bring yourself back into more hip flexor stretch. Take that first leg, help it up, come back up to that foot on the floor, and then pressing your pelvis forward. Make sure that this knee is directly right over that front heel. Stretching long through the hips, through the hip flexors of that back leg. Open your chest here, looking forward. Maybe you just come to your fingertips at the floor, but pressing the pelvis forward, elongating through those hips, deepening, sinking lower and lower into that stretch. Good. And then again, shift yourself back again. Flex your front foot and hinge back. So I'm yearning my chest toward my shin, stretching out that underside of that front calf. And one more time, press forward again into that lunge. One more time. And this time you can either stay here, you can take this leg and turn it out, so opening that thigh, perhaps getting a little deeper stretch through your inner thigh. Whatever feels good to you. And then again, help yourself back and replace. Other leg, help it up. Bring it out in front of yourself. Get yourself organized, press the pelvis forward, again, making sure your knee is right over your heel and not all hunched back here. Lengthen through your torso, looking forward. Open that chest, working better posture. Send your breath whooshing down that back leg. With each exhale, you'll see how you get a little deeper into that stretch. And then press yourself back, flex that front foot, just pulling, lengthening your spine over that flexed front leg, hinging forward. And then we'll repeat that again, coming forward into that lunge. And again, you can either stay here or open that whole front leg and maybe get a little deeper stretch, lowering your chest down. Try to keep feeling that good posture throughout. Abs are still with you, lifting up. Good. And then again, coming back to parallel. Help yourself out of that. Now, hands secure on the floor. Tuck both feet. We're going to lift up and stand on our feet into a downward dog position. So we're reaching as much as you can. Heels toward the floor. Chest through the arms. This is a great place to feel that lift and that scoop of the abdominals up and in. Pressing the palms wide, those toes wide on the floor. Again, working our kitty cat paws, bending one knee, peeling one heel up, and alternating, treading through the feet. Rolling through spongy surfaces of the pads of the feet. Rolling through. One more set each. Good. Bring both feet down toward the floor. Soften your knees. Walk your hands back toward your legs. With the knees bent, just dangling over the legs from the waistline. Let your head hang. From here, you could try extending the legs a little longer, feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. And then bending the knees again. And again, perhaps lengthening the legs a little longer, just letting your head hang down. And bending. One more time. Try lengthening those legs, stretching the backs of the knees. Bend those knees, curl your tail under, rounding under, scoop the abdominals, and slowly coming up to stand. And I know my head will not be in focus, but you'll see me standing long. Just shake out those legs, feeling long in the front of the hips. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, standing strong, feeling your foundation, those feet underneath you. Lowering down, exhale. One more time, inhale, reaching up, and exhale. Unwind, okay. Continue being good to your feet all day. Thanks again.